Hello, everyone. So welcome to another talk. So this is André Almeida. He's a computer science student at University of Campinas, and he is going to present about creating a FOSS study group at the university. So,
Thank you. So I am also known as Tony. I am a Linux kernel developer at Collabora, and I want to talk about free software study groups and university. So as Ellen told, I studied at Unicamp. I studied computer science, and Unicamp is the third best university in Latin America. We have a lot of majors in engineering, medicine, human sciences. It's public and free to attend. It's based in Campinas. It's like 6 hours from here. And the first topic I want to show is about university curriculum. So do we have someone here that is attending university right now? Okay. So there's a problem in the university curriculum. I bet you get in touch with this problem already, that it can't be fitted to everyone's desires. For example, if you want to learn game development, if you want to learn how to develop free software, if you want to learn privacy-enhanced technologies, a curriculum can't attend to all these things. So and also it shouldn't, because it should be generic. It should provide a good and general base so you can achieve your own goals. But well, let's say that I want to learn game development. So how can we solve that? We can, for example, create a study group. I'm going to show two study groups here, so you can have some examples. The first one is Enigma, a study group I helped creating at Unicamp. So Unicamp curriculums lacks topics about privacy, security, programming, and hacking. And almost no one talked about the social impact of technology or about surveillance. And then last year, me and 4 students, we joined efforts to create something to discuss those topics. Our goals are to learn about security, to do some experiments, to spread the knowledge about surveillance and how to fight it, and also to create a friendly and open environment so anyone could join. And our first event, we give a talk at a local conference, of the university conference, and we show some attacks like man the middle, like how to hack a hard disk without encryption, how to spoof a caller ID on the cell phone, and about privacy issues with the Android clipboard. At the same time, we launched a hacking contest, I captured the flag. We got a lot of participants at the university, and also we got a prize. Here we can see some screenshots of the challenge. The challenge involved authentication bypass, involved cryptography, and also binary exploitation. The challenge is online until now, so you can check it and play it. Also, the platform itself that we use to host the challenge is free software as well, and you can find it at GitLab. And with this first talk and with this challenge, we could rotation with of the students. So the students want to learn more about that, and then the other students wanted to join Enigma to talk about these topics, to learn more about hacking. But we saw that the knowledge of the people who want to learn was really, really low. So then we start a weekly seminar by students with a brief theoretical introduction and then a practical activity. So we talked about encryption, symmetry, asymmetry, how it works. We talked about Tor, OpenSSL, Metasploit, and all those seminars is driven by students to students. So anyone can suggest a topic, and then we help you research about that topic, and then present to the group. And also, we drive GNU Linux install fest for the people that join the university. So, because we want to spread the knowledge of free software, and also learn how to use a privacy-enhanced operational system. This is our logo. We have a website as well. This is a photo of one of those seminars. We have some more art here. You can see all the visual communication of your group on Behance. Also, now I want to talk about LKCamp. LKCamp is a Linux kernel, is for Linux kernel Campinas. Is a Linux kernel study group at Unicamp. Its main goal is to help people get involved with kernel development. It was founded by two collaborator engineers, Ellen, that is here, and Gabriel Krisman. They also have a website. And while in Enigma we have a more organic structure in select topics to discuss, in LKCamp they have a more formal structure. They have 3 phases, so the initial one, they have like 4 to 6 meetings to introduction how the kernel works and how to start contributing. So the people will compile the kernel, will boot it, will test it. People will learn how to use Git, how to use IRC, and how to use mail list. People will send their first patch, like solving coding style issue, solving a typo. And also, people will have an overview of some subsystem. And one cool thing about LKCamp is that it's hands-on since the first meeting. And then, people will start solving like more useful things at the kernel. Suggestions are gathered from talking with maintainers, grabbing the source code as well. And in this phase, people will also give some lightning talks about some specific topics, like the container of macro, about linked lists, and about their own patches. The final step, people will become kernel developers, and here I am. I am a alumni from LKCamp. People will start participation, outreach, Google Summer of Code, both as students or mentors, depending on their level. And people then will start spreading the kernel word to the people. So ideally, you should join effort with LKCamp to teach people how to kernel develop. And now I want to provide some tips. So how can you create your own group? Probably you aren't alone. If you want to start a new group, you should be able to find more people that like that topic. So the next step is to schedule a place and a time that is convenient for the organizers. So it's good to have a weekly meeting, something like that. And then you research for reference, because probably there's something like that in another university, maybe in your country. You search contacts to see if someone can help you to study about kernel, to study about game development. And then we start establishing some goals, some calendar, some tasks, some people to carry on creating things. And you also need to have a really good flow of communication. You can use some tools for that. And always remember to get feedback of the people that is attending to your group, to learn what they want to learn, and to know better your public. And you also should give power to the people. A lot of people won't believe they can help the group, but everyone can help you with something. It's important to people know that. You also should share responsibilities, decision making, so everyone feels included in the group. Everyone feels like they can help in the group. They can make changes to the group. And also always respect the limits of your crew yourself, because not everyone have much time and energy as you. And then don't push people. Don't get too much pressure on people, because they're gonna left the group. And most important, don't panic, and always remember to have fun, because if you don't have fun in your study group, all the points, you lost the points. So that was some tips that I have to you. And now I want to hear from the audience if someone have a similar experience with stud group. Okay. You were okay. You okay? Uh,
Is it me? Do I have to do something? Hello? Hey! So yesterday we made a presentation. When I say we, I mean FLUSP. We are a group that actually we do almost the same thing that you do. And we were looking at your slides and we were, oh my God, that's like exactly the same presentation that we did yesterday.
oh.
Yes, we are like really similar. But the difference is we don't work only with the kernel. We also have people who contribute to Git and GCC and whatever. So, yeah, our presentations were like really similar, and we should talk after this presentation to change some ideas and whatever.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. And if you have any question, suggestion, you can tell. Yes.
So, thank you for the presentation. It was good to hear about your experience. Now, thinking about, because I'm not a student anymore, but I do want like this kind of experience to, I would be happy to replicate this kind of groups and to have this kind of experience in my institution as a teacher. Then how do you think that a teacher could help and promote this kind of thing without being top-down?
Okay.
What would be the strategies that you think that should be, what should I be thinking as a teacher to not impose my own interests and my own, and so
Okay.
I'm asking a student, how do you think a good teacher would help to promote this kind of thing without being a student and just promoting the peers to...
Without application, the structure of teacher, student, you sit there, I teach you, without that.
Yeah, so imagine now you are the teacher.
Okay.
And there's no such group of students, but you would love it to have it in your institution. So how do you think, can you just give a, like just an exercise and think about how do you think you should behave differently to promote but not impose?
Okay. Yeah. I believe the first step is to find, do you know if there are some students that want to have this kind of group in your...
Yes, yes. But even not specifically about my case, but more general. Like, how do teachers in universities or schools could help promote this kind of...
I believe the path is the students. Once you get some confidence of some students, they can promote the group by themselves, so it wouldn't have that kind of teacher thing, you know. I believe that you should, any teacher should empower their students so they can drive the group by their own. So I believe the problems of a teacher being top down, they wouldn't exist anymore. Make sense?
Yes, it does make sense, but it's a real challenge. Yeah, it's, but yeah. So but thank you.
Okay. And also good point because when Ellen created the group, Ellen wasn't a student anymore. Ellen was like an outsider.
Yeah, so just a comment to that about teachers. So for creating LK Camp, we had a support from one of the teachers who supports free software in general, called Islan. And she wasn't directly involved, but she was a facilitator in the sense that we needed a room to do the meetings, and she helped us with that. And also, I think that FLUSP managed to do that. Some teachers offered credits to students, and if we had that, it would be like very useful because it's really clear that students start going to the talks, to the meetings, and then when exams come, and if like it's the first thing that they stop doing. And if there's some motivation, like credits to students, this helps a lot. And yes, so basically, if you cannot give credits, a facilitator in the infrastructure helps a lot already, and also marketing the group to the students.
The same question, but for the university. The university do something for promote this group, or not?
In the first group, Enigma, we don't have support from a teacher, but we can use all the university rooms, infrastructure. But and also, as you can see there, our domain is from the university, so they provide structure, virtual and real structure. And but from LK Camp, I don't remember among the structure they promote something else.
Yeah, so inside the university, there's a mailing list for publishing things.
Yeah.
But you need to have authorization, so we just send to the university, and then they just forward to the rest of the students, and this was really nice.
Yeah. And at least from the Enigma, one thing that make us start the group is that there wasn't any teacher that was able to talk about security on the university. So that was something that make us create the group.
The question is more like a curiosity. At the beginning of the course, most computer science and computer engineers arrive at the university using Linux and open source software, and how they are at the end of the course and what make the change.
At least in my experience, everyone comes with a Windows 10 computer with a lot of, hey, I want to use my NVIDIA card here in Linux. Is that possible? So, at least in my experience, everyone comes with proprietary software background, and then we have the install fast. We try to make that install fast really friendly, try to explain what's going on, what is free software, that kind of thing. And in the end, sorry, your question about Yeah, we have the both case. We have a lot of friends of mine, and we can see clearly in the course they have evolution in this kind of open source thing. So in the end of the course, I have some friends that are contributors. I have a friend that is contributing to XFCE, for example. And as the skills grows, as the technical skills grows, they feel more confident to contributing to free software. So we have the both case. We have people that install Linux and say, oh, I don't know how to use it, just put Windows back. But we have a lot of good examples of people that manage to really get into the community.
Do the professors encourage the students to use free and open source software and develop, or they just don't care, don't mind?
Generally, they don't mind. We have one exception, that is the teacher that helps at the camp, that is Lenny. She gives a course that is a project, is a 4-month project, and the project is to make a significant contribution to a free software project. So we have this example, but the majority of teachers really don't care. They use it like Apple things, that kind of stuff, like MacBook. Oh, do you want a question?
Actually, I would like to start with a comment because she made a question and how teachers can promote that. And actually, in Unicamp, before ErikaCamp existed and Enigma existed, there was a period that nothing existed. But before that, there was a group that most of the people that were in that group now are really working with open source software. And it was quite a big group. I don't remember the name. And I would attribute that to the reason that I would imagine that happened is because there were teachers that would use open source software so that the students had to work with that, with those open source software, tweaking the Linux kernel, for example, like she said, probably they mentioned that Islani did. But other teachers did that in other subjects. And there was also groups created by the teachers to maintain, for example, Gentoo distribution inside of Unicamp. So the teachers kind of promoted that, and they facilitated that with, well, you said that the teachers don't really care, but my experience doing the same course that you did is that most of the teachers actually demand us to use open source software, use Linux and other stuff. We don't really contribute to anything, but we at least use them. And I think that's something that helps a lot if you can make your students work with that and make them interested in that. Because in the end, as he said, there's going to be the students that need to push it, so they need to be interested. And so 2 things that you need is that 1 is give them the opportunity to get interested in open source, and 2 is they don't let them be overwhelmed with other content in school so they cannot focus on that. And to finish it, what distribution do you use?
I'm not going to answer that in the streaming of DebConf. So time over, sorry. Thank you everyone.